Hi guys, this is Chaya Garcia, a relationship therapist, and I wanted to share some thoughts on Rosh Chodesh Iyar, because today is Rosh Chodesh Iyar. Rosh Chodesh is the beginning of the month, which is the beginning of a type of renewal and the beginning of a type of new energy. And Iyar is the name of the month, and it's an acronym and stands for Ani Hashem Rofecha. I am Hashem, your healer. And there's this program called the 12-Step Program, which is worldwide, that is attended by millions of different people for all different reasons. And the number one thing that allows these people to heal after being in their darkest and their lowest of lows is God. And there's a book called God of Our Understanding by Shais Taub, and it's all about how we either believe in all of God or none of God. We can't believe in some of God. And so I see this really, really often with my clients and with people with whom I speak, that they're kind and great in some ways, and yet at the same time, they completely are filled with doubt and fear in other ways. So to believe in God means that we believe that we were created by something greater than us, and that something greater than us is also taking care of us and constantly taking care of us, and is very much a part of the world in a active and constant and consistent way. So part of that belief in God is the consistency, that God is with us all the time, that God doesn't just stop being God, but He's with us all the time, actively. So what that means is that with everything that we need in life, we have to believe that we deserve to get it. So a lot of people sometimes believe in God, but then they don't believe that they deserve good. Somehow their God is like removed from them, and they think that suffering is okay, or they find suffering to be cathartic in a way that is, what they feel that they deserve to like free themselves from things and, get to the next level. And there is a concept that if you go through suffering, it is for your benefit, and it could even be for your benefit for the next world as well. But you're not meant to suffer. You're not meant to create it. You're meant to stop it, avoid it, really make sure that your life doesn't have any suffering in it. And so part of that comes with a sense of vulnerability, a sense of understanding that the only way we will really have our needs be met is if we really are able to communicate our needs. Part of knowing what our needs are is knowing who we are. So a lot of time, so many people don't even know who they are, that they don't even know how to communicate their needs. And that is such a difficult thing for some people to understand, that there's nothing wrong with you. You're not damaged. There's nothing missing inside of you. You're not too old. You're not too sick. You're not too young. You're not too naive. You don't have communication issues. You don't come from a bad family. People often think that if they come from a bad family, or if someone else comes from a bad family, that they themselves are damaged, or that person should be seen in a different light. Like sometimes people accept behavior that isn't acceptable, but because they give the other person sort of a justification of like, oh, well, this person's in a really bad mood, or this person came from a really hard family, or this person came from this, or all these different like excuses. But really, behavior is behavior. And if we're working with adults, then everyone has the obligation to take responsibility for their own behavior and to take responsibility for their own actions. And when we start playing victim and making other people be victimized by our thoughts of inferiority to them based on what they've gone through, or our thoughts of inferiority to ourselves based on what we've gone through, then it's really, really easy to see ourselves as less than we are, and also not to take responsibility for our behaviors. So a lot of times when I work with women, they'll always blame external forces. They'll be like, oh, guys don't like to commit, or oh, there's shidduchim don't work here, or oh, this, that, and the other thing. But really, when we understand that we are the attractors of the things in our life, separate to do from location, separate to do from where we came from, separate to do with where we're going, it's like, then we're able to take our life and say, okay, What about my life do I need to change or work on to then attract what I want? And a big part of that is settling, and a big part of that is figuring out who you are and where you want to be so that you can choose a place that will make you feel good. A lot of times when we're in unhealthy environments, it's really, really hard to grow and be healthy. So a huge part of it is just getting out of an environment which isn't benefiting us, and sometimes that means a relationship. But when we take responsibility for every single thing that's going on in our lives, then we finally can own our empowerment and actually decide that we're not stuck and trapped and confined to where we are, but because we're now taking responsibility, we can also take responsibility for the change. So I bless you guys with a beautiful Rosh Chodesh. May you have lots of healing, and I'll be making videos the whole Rosh Chodesh Iyar. So have a beautiful Shabbat Shalom, to healing and to love. Peace.